carry you home tonight.
Hey, what's going on, guys? It is me yet again, and today I'm going to be bringing you a double gameplay. So first off, right here, I got my first MOAB on Kill Confirmed. I promised you guys to bring you MOAB, and two reasons why I'm doing a double gameplay. I wanted to make up for my promise that I made, well, my broken promise, actually, that I made that I would post a video yesterday, and I was kind of really serious about it. I said I swore to post a video and stuff, but, you know, I never really got to it. Pretty busy, but, you know, today is I'm bringing you an important video. I got a lot to talk about. I need my 20 minutes here. It's not, you know, 20 minutes, but it's pretty close, like 19 minutes, 21 seconds, or whatever it is. This is important, guys. So I'm here to talk about, you know, just things that could really help Call of Duty thrive. I want this video to go far. I want this video to be seen by people, and very highly unlikely, I'm going to be humble here and say that our channel is not too popular, but this video I feel is going to be very important, and I want to express things that worked, things that can make this game work the way it does. I've been studying, I've been doing my research, I've been learning that really what defined other Call of Duties were the maps and the guns. That really defined it. So what happened was Infinity Ward wanted to change everything practically. Okay, you know, they brought pretty cool guns. They brought certain maps that worked well, but they lacked a lot, you know, of that you know, the familiar sense that I used to get when playing other games. Guys, I'm gonna go out and I'm going to promote Modern Warfare 2 here. Modern Warfare 2, great game. Things that ruined it, obviously Danger Close. Obviously, one-man army, knifing only people, and just insane quickscopers. But really, I don't have a problem with quickscopers, but I mean, it was just a little too, you know, crazy about that. But that's not something you can really take away. But you know, those are the things that ruined that game, and a lot of people don't take for granted what makes that game work. Okay, when you don't have a noob tuber in the lobby. When you don't have campers everywhere, noobs, quickscopers everywhere, that game was just so much fun. And I want to express things that made it fun. It was basically the maps. The maps made it amazing. Now, okay, so if you go really in detail with this, kind of imagine what I'm trying to say right here. Modern Warfare 2 maps, they had 1 to 2 points, 1 to 2 hotspots, I should say. And what I mean by that is like a hotspot basically meaning just a place where a lot of action occurs. And those were usually around the B flag. That's what's important, because when I'm playing, I mean, I'm talking domination here. So when I'm playing domination, I want the B flag to be a fight. I want it to be a solid fight. Okay, so there are multiple ways. You can either have the B flag, you can either have domination flags in a line formation, or a triangle formation, basically, or a arrow formation. So, or not arrow, but like a line formation or triangle formation. Okay. So what a triangle formation is, a perfect example of that is Dome. Dome is a triangle formation. And what that does is it just keeps every flag gets captured constantly. Just like when somebody spawns near one flag, it just gets captured and it keeps rotating. It doesn't give that, you know, repetitiveness that's kind of fun. And you know, some people like that better, but you know, I honestly don't think it's too good. It doesn't work too well. Now, Dome, I like the map just because it's small, but when it comes to domination and playing the objective, it gets annoying because when you capture a flag, they take a flag. When you take that flag, they take the next flag. That's what's wrong with it. Okay, so another thing that's wrong is when you spawn in certain areas, you have total advantage to get the B flag on some teams. Okay, so for example, I would probably have to say, what map? What map? I'm thinking of a map. You know, actually, let me get back to that. But there's going to be a map where one team can get the B flag fairly quickly, and then they can get their own flag fairly quickly as well. So basically, something that's wrong with that is the B flag needs to be in the middle. That needs to be what you're fighting to get. And then if you get that flag, you can trap the other players. Now, spawn trapping is annoying, of course, but it's part of this game. It's part of domination. That's what you need to do to win. And any flag could act like a B flag. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be the C flag or something like it is in certain maps. But yeah, it doesn't matter what it is. But basically, what I liked about Modern Warfare 2 was the maps were in a way where the B flag was an equal fight very often. Now I'm going to go ahead and say my favorite maps in Modern Warfare 2. Okay, Salvage. I loved Salvage. I loved Terminal. I loved Vacant. That's a COD 4 map. And I loved Crash. That's a COD 4 map also. But I loved Estate. I love these maps because the B flag was in the center of attention. Okay, so I'm going to go less of a detailed tactical sort of way of looking at this, sort of like a strategic way, but I'm going to go to total scenery and really what gives you that cool feeling. Something I really liked from Modern Warfare 2, and something a lot of other people really liked from Modern Warfare 2, just the way the maps looked. Okay, so basically what the maps looked like, okay, and these maps were very distinct in the way that they looked, was they were colorful. Okay, you got bright blue skies, right? It was just colorful, bright blue skies, multiple colors, brown, green. You know, seeing grass is something really important for me. See, something about Bootleg that I'm playing right now, it looks too green and gray. Same with Bakara, it looks too green and gray. Underground looks too gray. Dome looks too brown. Village looks too brown. It's not that colorful. That's what I miss about it. New map, Modern Warfare 3, Black Box. Wow, that map looks amazing. That map is colorful. Air Force 1 right there. Air Force 1 is huge. I've been in Air Force 1 before. The old one. I've been in the old Air Force 1, the one that Reagan used to fly in. It's in the Ronald Reagan Museum here in California. I've walked in there. It's pretty cool. It's pretty big. But the new one is huge. And that thing is right smack in the middle of the map, and it adds color. We got brown buildings. It's just like tons of color. Grass, bright blue skies. Stuff that I love. Stuff that is just amazing. And I love seeing that. And the thing is, you see something that's familiar. Black Box. Okay, so you got like these multiple buildings in there. And the thing about these buildings is parts of the buildings have not been struck by war. I mean war. I say that term very loosely. But I mean by battle, sort of. I should say. But they're not all messed up. Okay. Now, there's certain maps in this game, like Bakara or Village or something, where everything's just like totally screwed up, all dirty and stuff. But something about Black Ops is some parts are just polished, and it kind of gives that cool feeling like you're somewhere. It's more realistic actually, because when a war occurs, not everything is destroyed. I mean, there's always going to be some things that are still intact, unless it's like World War II or something. But he gives that feeling back, and that's what I really like about the map, and they should go even further with that. So Black Box is pretty good with their placement with the B flag, and I'm gonna stop right here. So I'm playing Domination on Underground. This is my MOABS. Same with the P90. This is second most recent, besides the kill confirmed one, but whatever. Something that made Black Box work, or something that makes it work, is just kind of the placement of the B flag as well. The B flag is right there. It's kind of off to the side, but it's easy to pick off the people who are trying to take it. That needs to be a total pick off flag. Like, you need to be able to protect it pretty easily. Sorry, I have a squeaky chair right here. You need to be able to take off that map pretty easily, or take off the people trying to take B on the map pretty easily. And you can, and it works. Maps like that really put fun into Call of Duty. What I don't like about Modern Warfare 3 is it's kind of losing its fast pace simply because they made it in a way, and they know they made it in this way. They purposely did that, where there's multiple hotspots. What that does is you kind of got to be running around a lot, and I'm not a fan of camping at all. But the thing is, when you run around a lot, you're probably going to get killed by somebody who's running around another hotspot. I don't like that too much. And like I said, it's slower paced. You got to run everywhere, and it's hard for me to get those 70 kill gameplays like I used to get all the time. And I miss that feeling. And I hope they're bringing that back. I hope they've noticed something when they play Black Box into the community. I hope they kind of got that, because that's a great map. So okay, map like Terminal, Modern Warfare 2. Terminal is probably one of the most favored maps in all of the game. Of course, noob tubers and snipers dominated that map. very often, but when you just got it right, when you got the right lobby in there, it's a fun map. And the reason why is because it looks familiar, bright blue skies, like I said, awesome scenery. You're in the middle of an airport. A lot of people see airports very often. It's just this cool feeling that you get. I love getting that feeling. It's just a cool feeling. And it played pretty well. But the problem was, obviously, the spawns on the A side especially were ridiculous. Spawns on the, if you had the B flag, were ridiculous as well. They could change that in Modern Warfare 3. Now, we're not all the fan of the spawn system in Modern Warfare 3, of course, because people are always spawning next to you. But it can be fixed easily. There's always one way to fix that, is kind of take a Battlefield 3 sort of way. Here. I'm not trying to say Modern Warfare 3 sucks compared to Battlefield 3, which it doesn't. I'm sort of a fan of both. I do prefer Modern Warfare 3 more. But that's just because I'm a Call of Duty person. But something they should do is just you spawn on your side, but your side, you can spawn in multiple spots on your side. If the A flag is against the back of the map, you should be able to spawn along that back side of the map. That should be ideal. If not, then you should be able to spawn somewhere sort of close to there, somewhere far away, somewhere where you can't get picked off. But I mean, don't spawn near the enemy. You should be able to spawn trap in this game. Reason why is because if you're able, and spawn trapping is a huge thing in Demolition, which I don't think Demolition should be a spawn trapping thing, but it should be a part of domination. And the reason why is because if you're able to get that B flag, and just imagine an environment like this where every single map the B flag is tough to get. If you can get that B flag, you deserve to spawn trap for a little bit until they can actually break out. You need to be strong enough to break out of that spawn trap, take the B flag for yourself, and switch it. That's what's important. So that's something I saw in High Rise. High Rise is another amazing map, but it was infested with spawn trappers, and it was quite annoying, I must say. But the thing is, if you were able to throw a smoke grenade there, get a bunch of teammates, and go take that B flag, you switch it around, and you win the game. That's important, because you need to be able to do that. The point of domination is you're dominating them, basically. You're taking their flags, and you're spawn trapping them, and that's basically how the game works. Now, as newbie as it sounds, it's how it works, and it makes it sort of fun. I mean, not sort of, but it makes it a lot of fun, actually. Because I like to hit those people off those hotspots. I like to get a ton of kills without having to camp too much. I don't camp that much. I like moving around a bit. But I like giving them a chance, so to say. Now, I don't want them to kill me, but I like, giving them a chance because it makes it fun for me as well, having this competition. Camping is noobish, camping is disgusting, but you can't ever take it out of the game because everybody's going to do that. No matter what game it is, somebody's going to camp because they want to, because they're not good, so they're going to want to sit in one spot. But, something that really, excuse me, sorry about that. But something that really made Modern Warfare 2 work was that sort of spawn trapping feeling you can get when you play domination. Maps like Salvage. Salvage was an amazing map. I love that map because it was close quarters combat all the way. Easy to, it was a tough thing trying to get B. B, you had basically an equal chance to get B, both teams. And whoever got B, they could own up the other team until they took B also. And what's perfect about Salvage is because B is to the side, yet it is still on the middle light. It was kind of like on the equator of the map, basically. But it's off to the side, so you can sneak over there. You could take it, avoid the center of attention. If somebody's sitting there on that blue little platform next to B, pick them off. You'll be able to take B, switch it, and win it for your team. That's what's important. That's what makes it so fun. I love Salvage so much. But going back to the scenery, maps like Bailout, it didn't work too well as a map. It was kind of their mistake, but it's this cool feeling. It was very colorful. It was this familiar feeling, luxurious. Something was a state was the same way. I like seeing grass. I love seeing grass in a map because grass doesn't go away when war occurs. Grass is still there. It's not like a bomb is going to completely demolish every single thread of grass in the whole entire place. Grass is pretty important. I love grass, and it brings color, vibrancy to the map, and that's what's important. Bailout had that in it, and same with the state. The state had that in it. The state had hills. The state had a bunch of things in there that kind of made it give this familiar sense to people. So a lot of rumors are going around about this nostalgia map pack. And nostalgia map pack, I was excited for if that was actually going to be a map pack. Now the reason why is because the maps are, the maps that they had in there were like the top maps, of course. I mean, you got Rust, you had Terminal, you had Favela, forgetting the other one. But Favela was a colorful map. It wasn't modern, but it was colorful, and that's what matters, because color really brings that feeling into the game. It really does. I mean, yeah, looking at Underground, look at the sky, look at the street, look at the buildings, it's all gray. It's just not exciting, It's not what brings the player's attention, it's gray. But, I pay attention to stuff like that, but you don't have to. You don't have to. A lot of people care about just the way the game works. If you're you need to put this one hotspot in a map for the game to work. You need to put a hotspot in there. That's what's important. Now, I'm going to go on to guns. I'm going to go straight on to guns right now, guys. I've learned that Infinity Ward is completely capable of putting a gun pack in, even guns from Modern Warfare 2, because they share the same engine, or a very similar engine. And I want to see these Modern Warfare 2 guns come back in, guys. I mean, tell me, guys, what were your favorite guns in Modern Warfare 2? I'll tell you mine. TAR 21. I love using a TAR 21 silenced. I love using a Scar H extended mags, M4 red dot, FAL silenced sometimes, FAMAS silenced, M16 holographic. I freaking hated using the F2000 because it sucked. But these guns were fun to use, and I loved them. The ACR was a beast. Barely any recoil, like zero recoil practically, and it just looked like a cool gun. But they made the ACR 6.8 in this game just like so skinny and disgusting. It's like I don't like it too much. It's got a lot more recoil. But I mean, they could easily just put the ACR also back in, make it a really high level. Like you got to do something to get the gun back at like a certain challenge or whatever to get the gun. I mean, they could do anything they want with this game to get these Modern Warfare 2 guns. I want them to bring the TAR 21 back. I want them to bring the normal ACR back. I want them to kind of change the sounds also with the way that guns sound. I miss the way that silencer sounded in Modern Warfare 2. It was like a thump. It was like a thump. Now it's like sounding all soft and stuff. Black Ops, it was nauseating how it sounded. We all know that. But it was like a thump, in Modern Warfare 2. It was very distinct, and I really liked it. The way it was, and I wish they'd kind of bring that back. I miss the M4, the way that sounded, really thick thump when you're using a silencer. It was cool. I liked that. I mean, it was like the perfect sound you could possibly give to a gun with a silencer on there. I mean, even if if that gun doesn't really sound that way with a silencer, it was still pretty awesome. I love using that. I miss that feeling, and I miss it a lot. And I'm gonna want to see that again. I'm gonna want to see those guns again, have that feeling again. And here, get my MOAB. I want that feeling because it is, like I said, a familiar fence, like nostalgic. It brings that classic Call of Duty back. They could put guns back in like the Gold Desert Eagle from COD 4. That thing made COD what it is. No, I mean, didn't make it what it is, but that's like a trademark for Call of Duty, that Gold Desert Eagle. Like, are you kidding me? You know how many people hacked Modern Warfare 2 to make that Desert Eagle gold? They made the Desert Eagle ugly in this game. They made it suck in this game. They made it sound disgusting in this game. Desert Eagle was like a trademark to Call of Duty, and they kind of ruined it. But I mean, whatever happened to the M9, whatever happened to the Vector kind of sucks. But I mean, you could at least put it back in the game because it's a pretty cool gun. What happened to the RPD? What happened to all these guns that made Call of Duty what it is? Okay, I miss those guns. So guys, this is all I gotta say. Please send this out to everyone. I want this thing viewed not for the sake of myself, but for the sake of the community.
I know I gave it to you months ago. I know you're trying to forget, but between the drinks and subtle things, the holes in my apologies, I'm trying hard to take it back.